How many browser tabs do you have open right now? 10? 20? Picture this. You're a product manager trying to understand a complex new technology. You open ChatGPT and start asking questions, but then you need clarification on a term, so you ask about that. That leads to another question and another. 30 minutes later, you've completely lost track of your original research goal. In fact, knowledge workers are spending 40% more time just managing context instead of actually thinking. This is what we call context collapse, and it's the single biggest bottleneck for the modern AI workforce. We have the most powerful AI tools in history, and yet the AI tools we use today are fundamentally linear. A single top to bottom chat. We jump down rabbit holes, we ask follow-up questions, we connect disparate ideas. You either muddy your main conversation or you open a new tab, instantly losing your original train of thought.
We need tools that augment our thinking, not just automate it. That's why we built Dive. Our tagline is explore knowledge, don't just consume it. Dive solves context collapse through our core innovation, diving into knowledge through a spatial canvas. Here's how it works. We start with your source, a PDF, a technical document, or a web page. As you read, you create conceptual anchors from any text. These become nodes on an infinite canvas. From any anchor, you can start an AI conversation, and this is where Dive makes a difference. When the AI gives you a brilliant explanation but sparks another question, a simple what if or how does this compare, you don't derail your train of thought, and instead you simply fork the conversation, and every fork grows as a new branch, creating what we define as abstractions. It inherits all necessary context from its parents, but keeps the new inquiry separate and clean. You're actively building a visual map of your understanding while maintaining the original text. This is our core innovation. It is an AI native interface that makes your thinking visible, structured, and endlessly explorable.
Now, who is this for? Dive is built for the professional synthesizer, individuals whose job is consuming complex information to produce high-value insights. Our beachhead, product managers and engineers in high-growth tech companies, students and scholars that are ready to learn and bring their curiosity to the next level. Now, for example, take Sarah, a product manager researching competitive landscapes. Her current process is chaos, multiple browser tabs, disorganized notes, and multiple ChatGPT windows. She constantly loses critical nuances and important context. So Dive becomes her command center. She maps entire technical landscapes visually, extending branches into specific features without losing the big picture. When she needs to pivot from market analysis to technical deep dives, we also ran 8 guerrilla user tests with fellow hackers and students. And the feedback was electric. 25 people joined our waitlist from conversations we had leveraging our network. We ran pilot tests with 8 users matching our intended customer profile. And the results? Users understood complex material 40% faster using Dive compared to their standard ChatGPT workflow. But more importantly, these tests helps us understand and iterate incredibly fast. The timing is perfect. We're witnessing a massive shift from generalized AI tools to specialized workflow-specific interfaces. Professionals need tools that understand their actual workflow and not just their questions. This isn't about incremental improvements. When you solve context collapse, you get exponential gains in research speed and decision quality and full transparency into the AI's prompt. Early users report cutting research time by 60% while making better informed decisions because they can see the full context tree of their thinking. That's the difference between optimization and transformation.
Execution speed is our greatest strength. We didn't just design mockups, we built a fully functional, architecturally sound web app from scratch in 72 hours. This is our 3-day breakdown. Day 1, concept to architectural design. Day 2, full backend with real-time sync, authentication, and core branching logic. Day 3, LLM integration, context inspector, and user testing with iteration. Built on Next.js, React Convex for real-time collaboration, and React Flow for spatial visualization. This isn't just a prototype. It's a production-ready foundation with TypeScript throughout scalable infrastructure. We have the technical depth to build complex systems and the execution speed to outpace competition. This isn't just a prototype. It's a foundation built on a scalable, real-time stack. We are a team of AI engineers who live this problem every single day, and we have the execution speed to win.
Our ambition goes beyond a single tool. We're entering an era where our primary collaborator will be AI, and the interface is the ultimate bottleneck. We believe the next decade will be defined by a new category of software, thinking technologies. Dive is our first step toward building a future where technology doesn't replace our cognition, but upgrades it. We are Dive. Explore knowledge, don't just consume it. Join us in building the future of thought.
Welcome to the demo of our product Dive. We're here at the landing page and we get to sign in. Once we're in, we're brought to the dashboard where all of your dives are displayed. This dashboard has a couple features such as sort, and also the ability to favorite as well. And here we're going to create our new dive. We're going to call it demo. And you can have a description here. And when you land into a demo, you begin by creating a concept. So let's say we're trying to learn the language Rust for our job. So then our concept will be Rust, and then I'll first give an overview of Rust. So we create an ask, and it will bring us to the chat interface here. And this is an overview of the prompt that we just gave. And by the end, this response will be displayed as a black dot. Now we can continue the conversation from here. Why should I use Rust? And this will create another dot down here, which represents the next response, as you can see here. And we can continue conversations like this. And again, this is a standard chat interface. And of course, we can connect this to all sorts of LLMs. Now, again, the key feature of Dive is that you can branch out. So say we go back all the way to the overview of Rust, and we're reading this response. We don't know what cargo is, so let's ask, what is cargo? Tell me about cargo. So then what will happen is you've extracted a concept from the conversation, and a concept block looks like this, just the one same as before. And it will start to generate the response to your question. Now, you can switch between different chats, and it will keep the context as before. And of course, you can continue back here. You can also branch out of a chat. So say I am over here, why should I use Rust? Instead of asking the question, what are the disadvantages, I can ask, what are the advantages? And it will give another response, and soon you will see it branch out. So this creates the branching effect, and we can have more branches and more concepts. What is this? What is the ownership model? And we can ask, and it will create another concept and another response. And this is the core feature of Dive, is to be the ability to extract these concepts and to branch out of these conversations. So at any point, I can have another chat. So I can say, and as you can see here, we have more conversations, and the selector here traces the conversation, because as you branch, it will get complicated. And the way it works is it will inherit the context of all previous nodes, and we can actually see the context right here. We can also export this chat to Markdown or JSON, and we can attach additional PDFs to add to context as well. We can also edit the conversation if we want to delete this node. And we can also collapse nodes as well. Within the concepts, you can double click and it will bring you to a page where you can write notes. And these notes are saved and displayed in Markdown format. Additionally, we can add a PDF. And this PDF will be rendered within Dive. And you can view this PDF. And actually, you can highlight and extract concepts from this PDF as well. So we can go just like the extraction from the conversation.
This is our final update. Thank you all for watching. Good luck everyone at Founders Hack.
Thank you.
NUU out.